One of the reasons that I love my job as a coach at 5-Star is that I get a chance to work with wonderful people in chiropractic who want to help people have fun, make money. And I recruit clients that I actually like, people that I want to see succeed. And so I have learned also over a period of years that there are certain success strategies that work, and I love using those tools and helping people. In this short video, I'm going to share with you one attitude that is toxic and dangerous that you need to avoid at all costs, and one that is empowering and successful and that you need to adapt every single way you possibly can. And in the next segment, I'll share those with you. So here's the setup. I'm standing about 12 feet away from my chair at the coaching station at 5-Star Management. And I will hop on the phone with you with specific scheduled calls. And you've got your projects and you want to put together your dreams, the things that you thought about when you became a chiropractor, the things that you dreamed about when you got in touch with me, and the things that we agreed upon in order to help you, help people, have fun, make money. And it's growing your practice, it's growing new patients, regular patient visits, adding associates, streamlining your team. It's being able to help more people, have more fun, make more money. And I've listened over a period of years, and I remember hearing it years and years and years ago and thinking, oh, geez, that's a dangerous conversation. And then over a period of time, I've come to believe that there's a attitude and a thought that generates a conversation that is deadly and toxic. You know what it is? It's victim speak. It's somebody who sees themselves as a victim. Now, why in the world is that so deadly? A victim sees the power to sideline their dreams as outside themselves. A victim feels ganged up on. A victim might say, well, in my area, and then they go on to explain to you how what they want to do won't work in their area. Or, my chiropractic education, they blame the chiropractic college. Or, I'm not like so-and-so, they've got a great chiropractic testimony. Or, my team, or my technique. Anytime you speak like a victim, anytime you blame something outside yourself, you give the power away. And all of a sudden, whether it's a curved little finger, look at my curved little finger. You know what? My little finger curves. I can't be a success. Whatever the excuse, it's a sufficient excuse if you give it the power. I have seen people who aren't very, very good at doing public presentations. But you know what? They just stand up in front of the group and they speak their successful attitude and they're confident and they step in. And they understand that they're the only person that they have in this battle. And they become successful. I have seen chiropractors who are wonderful, smart, attractive, physically fit, great adjusters. And as soon as the victim speak comes out of their mouth, they give away all their power. So I want you to ask yourself, are you blaming anything? And I mean anything for your lack of progress. Well, I don't read as well, or I have some difficulty with my learning and memorizing scripts, and my area this, and my staff that, and my marriage the other, and my heritage, and my weight, and my height, and my fitness. If you are blaming anything in that particular area, you become a victim. Well, aren't there some legitimate victims? You know what? I was talking to a CA about a woman that I was taking care of and what a wonderful attitude she had and how she always made me feel so good because she was always so positive. And my CA told me, do you know her story? And then told me her story. And I thought, oh my gosh, she has really, really been through it. Some terrible things had happened to her. Terrible things in the family. But you know what? She never for 1 second, at least to my knowledge, let herself become a victim. Even if a terrible accident or a terrible problem happens, the person that gets past that is the person who says, I refuse to become a victim. You take the power of change inside you when you refuse to become a victim, blaming something outside you. So that's the first and most toxic attitude I know of, victim speak, a victim mentality. So what's the second and what's the most empowering attitude that I see? And that is the person who takes responsibility. It's the absolute opposite of being a victim. It's the person who can say, it's my fault. Now, I was at a Galaxy seminar, and one of my doctors said, anything that I've created or I allow to persist, in other words, to keep going, I have no right to complain about it. It's my responsibility to fix it. Oh, man, that is so great. You know, I've had people over a period of time hop on the phone with me, and they've got all kinds of different things that have happened in their area. For instance, a large factory went out of business or changed insurances entirely, and they could have been a victim, but instead they had decided that if they needed more new patients and they had relied on that insurance or that factory, one of the things that they needed to do was take responsibility and get the marketing right. If you take a look at your practice right now, I'm going to promise you that everything that you have is as a result of what you've taken responsibility for. Well, I don't like my team. How's that my responsibility? Who hired them? Who trained them? Who's keeping them? If your associate isn't motivated, if your associate isn't working with you well, who hired them? Who trained them? Who's working with them? So we need to take responsibility. Well, I'm not that great of adjuster. Hey, wait a minute. You can get to technique seminars. Every single problem that you have, there's a solution for. Every single one. There's more than enough solutions if you take responsibility. One of the things I love about 5-star management is that our clients take responsibility for the dreams that they want. They take responsibility to make the changes that they need to make. If somebody tries to sell me a problem, I might say, hey, listen, this is a sales contest. If I buy what you're selling, in other words, that you can't, we both lose. Because I've got a bunch of people that I coach, and I don't want to tell them that they can't. And if you buy what I'm selling, then we both win. So this is a sales contest at some point in time. Take responsibility, refuse to become a victim, buy in your head, in your heart, and in your guts that if you've got a problem, you can fix it. And it's not as a result of being a victim, or you will not let yourself live as a victim. If you do that, I promise you absolutely tremendous power. But victims don't have that power. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.